I am Nadim Nassar, the Executive Director of the Awareness Foundation. I'm also a priest in the Anglican Church, or what we call in this country the Church of England. My church is in Wandsworth Common, which is part of the Greater London. I'm originally from Syria, and Syria is part of what is called Levant, or the Near East. And I come from the Mediterranean port of Syria called Latakia, which is the third largest city in the country, after Damascus, which is the capital. And just to remind you that Damascus was the same Damascus, or is the same Damascus, which Paul headed towards when he became Christian and met the Lord himself. So it's a beautiful country, ancient. In the year 2000, Syria celebrated the 10th millennium of civilization. 10,000 years of civilization. We have Christians, we have Muslims, we have Alawite, we have Druze, and we have Turkmen, we have different minorities that form the mosaic, the cultural and demographic mosaic of the country. Before the war started in 2010, Syria was just about to stand on its feet. The war had started, and it started with legitimate requests of the people to have more free of speech, free of beliefs, free to demonstrate, and that very quickly turned into a violent war. In the last 10 or 11 years, more than 1 million people died in Syria, and 12 million refugees or displaced. Imagine half of your country is on the move constantly, and people dying all the time. For the first time in my lifetime, I experienced in Syria, Christians are being killed for being Christians. When ISIS started and came to being, with huge financial support, with huge political support, and a lot of the most advanced weapons they had. The amount of destruction, the amount of bloodshed, the amount of pure evilness, pure human darkness, you see only in movies. We experience in Syria this most ugly and distorted image of humanity. At the Awareness Foundation, we started working in Syria since the beginning of the war, and we developed major programs for Christians there, and Christians and Muslims. For the children, we have a program called Little Heroes, and for young people, we have a program called Ambassadors for Peace. And both programs try to empower children and young people to be agents of peace, and to find peace first inside them, and live that peace as a mission, as a way of life, as a ministry, not only to Christians, to all the communities in Syria. And I remember very well this boy staring at the painting station. And I noticed that he was staring. I came to him and I said, "Would you like to paint?" And he looked at me and with embarrassment and fear and shyness, and as a child? And he said, yes. I said, come with me. And he looked at me. I said, choose, what do you want? And he looked in a way with disbelief that, for me? I said, yes, for you. So he took a small canvas like this. And I said, choose colors and brushes. And every step he was hesitant, and he didn't believe that he could do that. And I said, paint. This child painted for 8 hours. His hands, his face, all colors. So I was checking on him from time to time, and I noticed that he painted on one canvas 2 suns. And it was very curious for me, and I went to him and I said, love, why did you paint 2 suns? We have 1 sun. And he looked at me and he said, Father, when we left home, I rarely saw the sun. We used to walk in the night and hide in the day. So 1 sun was not enough for me in the painting. That summarizes the experience of this innocent child. In the world, we have 70 million refugees. And I ask the Christians around the world, where are you? Where is Christ in us to allow 70 million refugees in the 21st century? Is this the compassion that God wants us to live with? Is this the new commandment of Christ? Love each other as I have loved you. Where is this love? If we teach our communities to live by that value, I think everything becomes more alive. Their faith becomes more alive. Their hope becomes deeper. And more importantly, their relationships get transformed. And I have seen that with the young people in Syria and Iraq. I have seen that, how love transforms relationships, and that is the heart of the Trinity. And if we believe that the Trinity is the reality of God, and God is love, and who abides in love abides in God, and God abides in them, if we take that seriously in our lives, and we build our ministries, and we build the church on that model of love, which is the model of the Trinity, we see immeasurable amount of miracles and transformation and change in our world.